What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a great day. We are playing some King Arthur Legends Rise, guys. If you have not downloaded the game already, you can do so with the link in my description as well as the pinned comment. We're going to be talking about clan wars today, defenses, offenses, all of that good stuff. So if you've not already joined a clan or a clan that communicates, a clan that is taking clan wars seriously, now is a good time to do so. Not sure if there's going to be a cooldown period in between you joining and if you'll be eligible or not, but the sooner you can get into a clan that is taking this serious, the better you will fare in the game. You want to be taking advantage of every aspect of the game that you can to get all of the rewards that you can. We're going to have some decent rewards here. We've got diamonds in here. We've got glory tokens. I guess we're going to be able to use these to purchase things, special summon tickets. Would like to see some master memory stones from somewhere. Take advantage. So make sure you get into a new clan. And if you're downloading the game, you're going to be able to get some solid coupon codes that help you get ahead. Also take advantage of the events that we have going on right now as well. We have new events that came with series. We have the series event dungeon. I definitely took advantage of that and went and bought everything that I could from the special shop because it's just some great stuff in here. Rate up summon tickets, legendary tome selection. We've got legendary serpent favor, talisman, master memory stones, all of this good stuff. Some relics as well. So huge opportunities to advance your account come from participating in events, winning events. Like we've got the raid bounties as well, so definitely take advantage. But guild wars, guys, and the easiest way for me to just break this down and look at champs is to just go straight to arena, go to the Coliseum, which you should be doing. If you're interested at all in progressing your account for PvP, go and look at leaderboards. Go and look at what the people who are pushing the content the most are able to, put together. What are they putting together? These are the top defenses here, right? These guys, if you just look at like the top 10, I think we can see 50 here. Look at what people are running. These are the champs that you want to be investing in. We see, Jillian's in here, Guinevere. I see a series here. Obviously, Bedivere is in there for DPS. Morgan is probably in almost every team, aside from the tanky defense that a lot of people are trying out now with the Jillian, Guinevere, Torin, and Ain, however you want to pronounce it. But that is probably the #1 defense at the moment, or some variation of that. You see Lot in here, people using Lot for control. Sigrun as well, if you do have her other relic that allows her to place taunt. It's kind of a game changer, kind of changes up everything. So these are the champs that you want to be investing in. I'm going to talk a bit about why. We see some Cormacs up here. Cormac very strong for PvP. Iowert in there as well. We've got Lancelot here in lead. He's going to be very strong. Clarissan also going to be a very strong champion for you, but you're going to have an opportunity to place 2 defenses, right? So if we go and look at, the map, if you will, you're going to place 2 defenses, and I've put mine here, I believe. Yes, I have. So I've placed my 2 teams. These are the 2 teams that I'm going with. You want to make sure that you're incorporating some sort of control. Obviously, you need a win condition, so some sort of DPS in there to ensure that you can actually do damage and win, unless you're going to outlast your opponent, make them go to, the time limit, because I believe there's like I don't know if it's 8 to 10 minutes. So if you can outlast your opponent for that long and not die, you can get the win that way as well. But you want to make sure you have some sort of win condition in there, a DPS. See, I have a Cormac here. I also have an Iowert in there. We've got some control in there. Morgan, obviously, going to be helping drop attack gauge. She's going to be debuffing. She's also going to be placing sleep for us, right? Merlin's going to be able to freeze for us with his storm relic. He can also do like confusion and silence. Champions like Lot. All of these champions that can do control are going to be very important. Being able to outspeed your opponent is also going to be very important. A lot of people might be confident in their speed, others not. You might elect to take a safer defense that's like high res, high sustain, and is just able to outlast your opponent, take out their DPS, and then slowly work down the rest of the team. That's another decent strategy that you can use. But champions like Sergius going to be very strong in there. Morgan goes without saying. Ceres goes without saying. Ain goes without saying. Cormac, you should be using him. If you are, a low spin, if you are free to play, if you're trying to progress, you should be investing in Cormac. You should be looking for that Frost Relic, trying to get that skilled up fully so that you can be doing solid damage. He has a really tanky build, if you will. He can scale damage from attack, from defense. You can build him with solid defense. He places increased defense on himself. Very tanky champion. He can be hard to kill if built properly. Guinevere, easily one of the best PvP defense champions in the game, just because of everything that she brings, right? You're gonna be able to get abnormal status immunity for a ridiculous amount of turns too. I think it's 30 turns here, right? She also can stop herself from dying. She gets invincibility, right? She's gonna place increase resist. She's going to grant everybody shields, right? Damage dealt decrease. These are all very, very strong things to have in your team. So things that you want to actually consider. But let's go and actually look at champions, right, that we want to be using. So as far as a speed team, right, standard speed team, Morgan is going to be your number one. Probably the fastest champion on almost everyone's account, unless you're making someone that boosts attack gauge faster. So someone like a Sergius with the Flame Relic, right? This is someone that is accessible, someone that you can get within like 2 to 3 weeks if you're consistently doing Coliseum. You should be able to get that Sergius, right? And then you should be participating in as many clan activities as you can, so that you can purchase his Flame Relic from the shop, the clan shop, which I did. I saved up for weeks. I saved up for forever, it feels like, but I literally just got his Flame Relic a few days ago. So you're gonna wanna invest in him. He is almost key to going first, unless you have Clarissa. If you have her, she can also be someone to boost attack gauge. I believe you do need her Chivalry 3. Yes, in order to make it happen. So if you don't have her Chivalry 3, probably not going to be the best option for you. But 40% boost of attack gauge when using skill 2, you can make her the fastest, boost everyone's attack gauge. That is another option. One thing I do want to mention is Serpent's Favor is going to be very strong. So if we just filter by Serpent's Favor, you could probably build I want to say 2 solid defenses with Serpent's Favor, but if you have all of them, you could easily get one solid one that's going to go crazy, especially if you were able to get series from the event and you have invested in her. She is going to be absolutely amazing for you because she's going to give your champions, attack gauge immunity, which is huge. If you don't have her and you have a Sarah, I believe a Sarah Morgan combo is going to be probably one of the strongest free-to-play options that you can use to kind of get back into the fight if you aren't the fastest. So Sarah is bringing, with her Chivalry 8, attack gauge decrease immunity for all Serpent's Favor allies at the start of the battle. So if you are going second and you know this for a fact, you aren't planning to go first at all, a Sarah Morgan team could be very strong, especially if you do have a Sigrun as well, because with her Storm Relic here, her second ability is going to place that taunt, which absolutely disrupts the fight. It happens literally every time I go against one. So if you do have her Storm Relic, she is going to be a very strong option for you. But Sarah, using Sarah in there, a lot of people probably going to be using Sarah in that defense just to make sure their attack gauge doesn't get dropped at the beginning of the fight, and it kind of just changes the tides of the entire fight, especially if the opponent doesn't have attack gauge immunity as well. You come after with your Morgan, decrease their attack gauge, and now you are in the money. Now you can get into the fight. So Serpent's Favor is going to be very strong. As far as control heroes, well, not control heroes specifically, but champions that do control in general, they're going to be very strong. Lancelot, if you have his Frost Relic, going to be very, very strong. Lot, if you have his Flame Relic, which I'm not lucky enough to have. I got the Storm one from the event. It does place Brainwash, but a single target there, so it doesn't help me out a ton. But this Flame Relic with AoE Oblivion, this is going to be very, very strong in there, right? So you're going to be using champions that can bring some amount of control, right? Merlin is going to, he's not a control champion but he does have control, right? He's a support. He does have, right, freeze here. 50% chance skilled up, right? On his Storm Relic. He also has confusion and silence. I think I mentioned that already. So you want to be bringing champions in that could do these things for you. Another good one is going to be, whoops, didn't mean to back out of there. Where's she at? Yes, Arduin. Arduin polymorph is going to go crazy. If you haven't invested in her, I would definitely suggest you invest in her. I spoke about her in my, top rares in the game video. If you haven't watched it, you can go check it out. Definitely look at some of the rares we talked about. We talked about Arthur. We talked about some of the other ones that are very strong for progression, even in the end game, still used very consistently. But Arduin, polymorph, and she brings very, very high damage with that skill, with this A2 skill that places polymorph. Look at that multiplier. Not even fully skilled up yet. Is going to give you some ridiculous damage. This is one of the strongest multipliers in the game. It's definitely top 5, easily top 10 after, the crazy multiplier that Arthur has on his Storm Relic. And I think there's a few more I'm not thinking about. No, Clarissa and Frost is very strong as well. But yeah, you want to be using Arduin. This is one of the most broken skills in the game for sure. I'm surprised they allow this to go on as long as they have. I'm not complaining at all. I haven't fully invested in her yet, but I am working my way there. But there are tons of accessible champs that you're going to be able to use to build some strong defenses. Now, as I was saying earlier, I showed you guys the 2 teams that I set. Now, I probably will switch them up a bit, but Serpent's favorite team, speed team, that's going to be my go-to. But the tanky team, like I said, with Ain, also using Turin with the Flame Relic. Where is Turin? Turin, Flame Relic, you want to be using her for sure. Increase resist, evasion rate increase, also going to be very strong. If the opponent can't hit you, they can't kill you, right? So if you build a tanky defense with a Turin, you bring in a Guinevere, you bring in anyone else, Jillian, right? That's going to be able to increase your resist, be able to increase your evasion, build your champions with high evasion and high resist. If the opponent can't hit you, then they just can't kill you. And then the time will run out and you'll get a defense win. So another strategy that could definitely be used there. So I plan to switch up that second defense a bit. I might keep the Merlin in, but Guinevere in there, increasing our res, bringing us a shield. Ain in there, doing damage with her A3 every time she counterattacks because of her Chivalry 4. Going to be very, very strong because she can do some insane damage, especially once she gets those stacks of increased resist on her. She's going to be counterattacking like crazy. You build her in a counterattack set, she's going to do wonders for you. But there's a ton of champs that can be used in there. Like I said, Cormac as your DPS for offense. You can even use Arthur in the Storm Relic. Clementine even has a solid multiplier on her ability. I believe it's her skill 2 with the... Which relic is it? I'll be honest right now, I don't even remember. I used it in the adventure story, but one of these actually has... it's a crazy ability. Like she attacks once and then I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it, guys. Hold on. She attacks and then attacks the whole team, and it's just ridiculous. I actually got beaten really bad by one in arena as well. But another solid option for heals and DPS. Clementine going to be very strong. Rosier going to be very strong, right? Champions that could bring you some sort of damage and dot, very strong, right? So last thing I just want to talk about quickly is auras. And you can see an aura if you click up here when you're looking at a champ. You want to be looking at champs that have auras for all battles, like Lot, attack up in all battles, right? If we look at, where is he at? Lancelot, right? Attack speed, all battles, right? Because Clan Wars is a specific game mode, so champions that don't have all battles or are Clan War specific, like series, is Clan Wars. She has Arena and Clan Wars, attack speed up, and she gains future victory. This ally attack thing, which can work to your benefit and also is kind of annoying at times. You're going to need auras that work in either all battles or clan war. At this time, I believe she's the only champion with a clan war specific aura. So you're going to want to be looking for champions that can provide you with an aura that is all battles. So you're going to need to sort through your champs. Regular arena aura is not going to work for clan wars, right? So she doesn't even have an aura. So you're going to want to sort through and just look through champions that have aura for all battles, right? Or are specific. Well, activates an arena in Hound's favor, so that's only in the favor dungeon and arena. So the options are going to be slim as far as what auras we can actually use, because there aren't that many champions that have all battles auras. But search through your account, look through your account, try to figure out which champs you want to use. Merlin has an all battles damage taken decreased by 10%, so that's going to be very strong as well. Bedivere, all battles, critical strike damage. I don't know if Irit is only equipment dungeon. We don't really use Morgan's aura much at all. I believe hers is only, in arena and Escalhag. So very few champs that you're going to be able to use efficiently in lead, which kind of sucks. Kind of wish we had more all battles auras. A lot of them are very specific, but I'm sure as time goes on, we'll get more champions that have all battles auras or clan war specific auras. But that's going to be all for this one, guys. Hopefully this video helped you out a bit, gave you some ideas. Let me know your thoughts down below. The champions that you're going to be using. I know there's not a plethora of champs in the game at this time. There's not like tons and tons to choose from, so we're going to see a lot of the same defenses being used. Champion I didn't mention was K, but she's going to be very strong as well. Like I was saying, you build a team with decent high evasion. You got increased evasion coming in from a Tauren or what have you, but someone to keep pumping that evasion. If you cannot die, your opponent can't kill you. She's going to be very strong as well for offensive teams. But like I said, that's going to be all for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please like the video. If you would like to download the game, use the link in my description as well as the pinned comment. You guys are going to get some coupon codes as well, so stick around for that. Take part in the events, guys. Try to get the most out of these events, because these events bring us some solid rewards for progression. Like I was saying, you want to try and get that event dungeon up as high as you can and farm it, so you can come in here and get everything that you need from it. Get some Clementine memory stones as well if you need those for her. Get her chivalry up. But until next time, guys, be good and be well.